This week, I was deep in the creator workflow challenge every single one of us faces, turning massive long-form footage into a fire hose of social highlights fast. When you have archives of content, the mission is to churn out reels, shorts, and TikToks quickly without sacrificing quality or sanity. It sounds simple on paper, but trying to scale this process consistently quickly becomes a genuine logistical nightmare. My first test involved a common, slightly hacky pipeline built from best-in-class components. I started by sending the master video into a highlights API, like 12 Labs, to automatically extract the most engaging timestamp ranges. You instruct the AI on what kind of moments you want, energy peaks or key topics, and it spits back precise start and end data. Next, I fed those exact timestamps into a reliable file slicing service to trim the source MP4 into distinct, ready-to-use clips. Once the clips were generated, the final leg was piping that metadata into an automation tool for social upload. For YouTube, I use a pre-built node in N8N because it already had the necessary field mappings for authentication and publishing. Overall, getting these individual pieces to talk to each other felt surprisingly seamless once the initial wiring was complete. However, that entire modular setup eventually introduced significant friction into the creative flow. You end up with multiple services to maintain, a scattered landscape of API keys and conversion costs that steadily begin to climb. Crucially, the small manual glue logic still requires constant babysitting and troubleshooting across the different platforms. Plus, the raw timestamps from the highlights detector don't always guarantee the perfect frame or the best thumbnail selection. You inevitably have to stop and glance over every single generated clip to ensure quality control before publishing. This friction is exactly where an integrated platform like Vizard starts to look much more attractive to the busy creator. Let's boil down the difference. The modular route is about wiring together the best individual building blocks available. It offers supreme fine-grained control, which is fantastic if you are comfortable acting as your own DevOps engineer. But Vizard aims for a smoother, faster experience explicitly built around the creator's end-to-end distribution needs. Vizard's power really comes down to three major strengths that directly solve those common pipeline pains. First is auto-editing viral clips, which scans the entire video to automatically produce ready-to-post short-form content. We are talking about intelligently trimmed clips with sensible in-out points, not just raw data points in a spreadsheet. The AI focuses on virality signals like loud moments and rapid topic shifts to maximize engagement potential. This capability alone can save you hours compared to stitching together and checking every output from a custom pipeline. The second major strength is auto-schedule, which removes the need for external scheduler management entirely. Instead of exporting clips and building separate upload flows, you simply set a desired posting frequency. The tool then takes care of queuing the content, spacing it out correctly, and formatting the output for each specific social platform. It's a small thing, but being free from babysitting posting times is genuinely liberating for creative focus. Finally, Vizard offers a content calendar, bundling edits, scheduling, and previews into one central dashboard. This single pane of glass view is vital because creators need editorial control over the finalized output schedule. Being able to visually rearrange clips, tweak captions, or swap thumbnails without jumping between 5 different apps is a huge efficiency win. Now, I want to be clear, specialized tools still have their place and immense value in a creator's arsenal. 12 Labs is incredibly smart for deep semantic highlight detection, and CloudConvert remains a reliable go-to for specific file slicing needs. But those modular pieces demand more setup, often require some developer knowledge, and their costs can accumulate quickly. Tools like Descript or CapCut excel at hands-on editing, but they are fundamentally editor-first, not distribution-first platforms. Their multi-platform scheduling and management capabilities simply are not the primary focus of those applications. Vizard, conversely, shines because the entire flow, find, edit, schedule, publish, was built into its foundational DNA. For a practical playbook, let an AI detector find candidates, then batch review only the top-tier picks to cut down on review time. If you stick with the modular stack, automate the conversion and upload steps as much as humanly possible for efficiency. But if your main goal is scaling output and reducing time to post, ingesting directly into Vizard is the way to streamline everything. Always eyeball your final captions and thumbnails, because you shouldn't fully trust AI with that final creative sign-off yet. A key real-world note is that context matters. You need to extend clips slightly to catch the complete thought after an AI cut point. Batching your content creation, producing a week's worth of shorts at once, ensures channel consistency and is easier than daily creation. The modular approach is definitely the path for those who need absolute control over every custom encoding or who have unique enterprise-level publishing rules tied to a specific legacy system. But let's focus on the creator who simply wants to scale their presence across multiple social channels without hiring a full-time automation specialist. In that scenario, the time saved by Vizard's cohesive system far outweighs the perceived benefit of having 10 separate logins and service contracts. You should also consider the mental load. Context switching between 5 different platforms just to schedule one video drains creative energy that should be spent filming the next piece. If you are currently spending more than an hour per long video just on the short-form repurposing leg, that is a clear signal that automation is needed. Remember, success in this space is often about consistency across platforms, which is why the auto-schedule feature is so powerful for maintaining a steady presence. If you're a small team, ensure your handoff process explicitly leaves room for a human editor to approve the key points before they go live. Automation plus thoughtful human oversight is always going to yield superior results compared to a fully hands-off, set it and forget it approach. So, when looking to adopt a new workflow, choose the one that reduces the moving parts you personally have to maintain on a daily basis. If you want a quick checklist to try this out this week, start by picking your primary highlight detector, whether it's Vizard or another service. Then, conduct a fast quality pass specifically to trim any awkward sentence beginnings or endings that the AI might have missed during the initial cut. Utilize the content calendar feature in your chosen tool to visualize your coverage across YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok for the next 2 weeks. Small targeted edits based on real data will multiply your success rate far more effectively than just randomly pushing out more content. It doesn't mean completely ditching those external power tools, but you should only add them back in when a specific technical need arises. My final verdict is to start with Vizard for the core fine edit schedule loop, and only introduce specialized pieces when you hit a wall. Otherwise, commit to trying the integrated path because you will likely end up with far more successful clips than you thought possible.